Please, no.
911.
Please.
Emergency.
Hello, bro, please, I need help. Please, I need help.
911, what is the address to your emergency? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I don't know the address, bro. Just check. Just check, please.
Okay, are you at a house, apartment, or business?
Yes, I'm at a house. I'm at a house.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened. Tell me exactly what happened.
Please.
Okay, we have a call incident for service. Who's...
Hey, come on. All right, thank you.
Stay on the line with me.
Wow, so Girlalala really passed away. And the crazy thing about this whole story is the fact that she made a video 2 days before she passed away saying that her boyfriend was trying to unalive her.
November 14th, 2025, 7:03 p.m. A phone won't stop buzzing, hundreds of notifications, thousands of hearts, comments flooding in on a video posted just 6 hours earlier. Yes, Queen, that wig is everything. Where can I get this? You always make me smile. But the person reading those comments isn't the one who posted the video. It's a homicide detective. And the phone? It's evidence now. Because the woman who filmed that video, smiling, confident, glowing under her ring light, was pronounced dead 11 minutes ago. Shot in a parked car in front of a silent witness that captured everything. And here's the part that will chill you. The last thing she posted before she died wasn't a cry for help. It was a wig review with 47,000 likes.
Excuse me, y'all know this little girl right here? Help me find her. That bitch looks so good. Man, here's me right here at my makeup appointment with my mouth tape because we both couldn't motherfucker shut up. So we both take our mouth. Looking at my motherfucker blush because I hate blush on my face, but we'll do it today. I had cocoa on my lips from Jay's Cosmetic. The Glam Girl got it shop, thank you. I wanted to go home and play my pussy before I get my hair done. I fucking noticed it was an hour away. Girl, I had to get right back up. I went to sleep in the Uber. Girl, so tired. Woke up hungry as fuck. Like, oh my God. Here's me getting out of my Uber, walking in the shop. I walked in. They had several shops in this bitch. Oh, I'll be ready to get my nails done, mamas. Walked in, ate 5 bags of chips, hungry as fuck. Girl, come on and do my hair so I can get the fuck out of here and go outside. Thank you. Checking out my makeup. Ooh, she provided this motherfucker wig. It's so motherfucking Girlalala. Here's me motherfucking got the blow dryer on cold to make sure my face don't melt. Erica J on the glue. Thank you. Ooh, girl, you done burn me with this motherfucking hot comb, but that's okay because I know my motherfucking wig melted. She can burn me though. I don't care, child. But just make sure my shit was molded down to the T because my nigga don't play. He was snatch your shit off. Damn, girl, you look good as fuck. Just get into the beat. When y'all find her, just let me know. Drop her ad in the comments. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and call y'all back though.
Her killer. He'd been in the comments all along. This is the story of Maurice Harrison, known to the world as Girlalala, a 21-year-old TikTok star with 235,000 followers, a rising wig influencer who made people feel beautiful, and a woman whose final moments were caught on camera by a car she didn't even know was watching. But to understand how a life built on joy ended in a parking lot in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, we have to go back to where the smiles started to crack, because what you're about to hear isn't just a murder case. It's a warning that was posted in plain sight and ignored by everyone. Pompano Beach, Florida. Small apartments with chipped paint, palm trees swaying in the humid breeze. The kind of neighborhood where everyone knows everyone, but nobody asks too many questions. Maurice Harrison lived in a one-bedroom on the 2nd floor. The walls were thin. You could hear conversations from next door if you listened close enough. But inside her apartment, it was a different world. Ring lights lined up by the window, wigs on mannequin heads, blonde, red, jet black, pastel pink, makeup palettes stacked like building blocks, a tripod in the corner, phone already locked in, ready to record. This was her studio, her stage, her empire. Mornings started late for Maurice. Noon, sometimes 1 in the afternoon. She'd wake up, grab her phone, scroll through comments on last night's upload. Then she'd walk over to the mirror and start the process all over again. Choosing the wig, testing the lighting, filming 15 takes to get one that felt right. 235,000 followers didn't happen overnight. There were months where the algorithm buried her. Months where she posted every single day and got maybe 300 views. Months where she questioned if any of this was worth it. But Maurice had something most creators don't. Belief, not just in herself, but in the version of herself she was becoming. She wasn't just selling wigs. She was selling confidence, freedom, the ability to wake up and decide who you wanted to be that day. Her personality was magnetic, loud, fearless, unapologetically herself in a world that constantly told her to be quieter. People loved her for it, but lately, the people closest to her noticed something. The videos were still bright, the captions were still funny, the engagement was still climbing. But her eyes weren't smiling anymore. One friend would later say, "I watched her videos, and I watched her in person, and they felt like two different people. Online, she was untouchable. In real life, she looked exhausted. And there was a reason for that. A reason most of her followers never saw, because behind every perfectly edited video, behind every flawless lace front and bold lip color, there was someone else in the room. Someone who didn't want to be on camera. Someone who preferred to stay in the background. And that's where things get complicated. His name was Shanoyd White Jr., 25 years old, tall, quiet, the kind of guy who didn't say much. But when he did, people listened. He and Maurice had been together for years, long before the followers, long before the brand deals and the GoFundMe campaigns and the DMs from strangers asking for advice. Back when it was just the two of them in that small apartment, trying to figure life out. He appeared in maybe 3 of her videos. Total. Always in the background. Never speaking. Just there. And when fans asked about him, Maurice would laugh it off. "That's my man. He's camera shy." But friends saw something different. They described the relationship like this. They had history, but history isn't always good. In recent months, neighbors started hearing things. Arguments through the walls, doors slamming, long stretches of silence that felt heavier than the yelling. One neighbor recalled hearing Maurice's voice late at night. "I can't keep doing this. I can't." The response? Muffled, angry, impossible to make out. A close friend of Maurice's remembers a conversation from a few months back. They were sitting in a coffee shop, and Maurice seemed distracted, staring at her phone, not really listening. Finally, she looked up and said, "He's not who I thought he was." The friend asked her to explain. Maurice just shook her head, changed the subject, started talking about a new wig shipment she was excited about. The friend didn't push. Looking back now, she wishes she had, because around that same time, Maurice's followers started noticing something too. The captions were changing. "Tired of pretending." Sometimes the person closest to you is the furthest from understanding you. Not everyone who says they love you knows how to love you right. They were vague, poetic even. The kind of thing people post when they're feeling emotional, but don't want to explain why. Most people scrolled past them, but a few people left comments. "You okay, sis? If you need to talk, I'm here. This doesn't sound like you. Is everything all right?" Maurice never responded to those. She hearted them, but she never replied. And then, in early November, something changed. The posts slowed down. The energy felt different. One video showed her applying makeup, but her hands were shaking slightly. The camera caught it for just a second before she steadied herself. A follower commented, "Girl, you seem off. Take a break if you need to." Maurice replied with one word, "Soon." But there's something we haven't talked about yet. Something that makes this story so much harder to hear. Because Maurice wasn't just dealing with relationship problems. She was dealing with them alone. In a world where she had 235,000 people watching her every move. She felt like she had no one to turn to. November 12th, 2025. Maurice posts a wig tutorial. 30-inch lace front. Deep wave. The kind of wig that takes skill to install properly. In the video, she's smiling, talking to the camera like she's talking to a friend. But if you watch closely, the smile doesn't reach her eyes. The makeup is heavier than usual, foundation layered thick, concealer almost mask-like. One commenter notices, "Why does she look so tired?" Another replies, "She's been grinding, let her live." The video gets 52,000 views in 6 hours. November 13th. No posts. Her friends start texting. "You good? Haven't heard from you. Call me when you can." No response. Then, late that evening, around 9 p.m., she finally texts back. "I'm okay. Just dealing with something." Her best friend calls immediately. It goes to voicemail. She tries again. Voicemail. That night, a neighbor hears voices from Maurice's apartment. Loud, aggressive. The kind of argument that makes you turn up your TV so you don't have to hear it. November 14th, early afternoon. Maurice finally responds to her best friend. "I'll call you later. Promise." That message was sent at 3:42 p.m. She never called. At 6:47 p.m., a 911 call comes in from Northwest 37th Street in Lauderdale Lakes. A frantic voice, hard to understand. Something about a shooting, a woman, a car. Dispatch sends units immediately. What happens next changed everything. Lauderdale Lakes, just after sunset. The sky is still streaked with orange and pink. Streetlights are just starting to flicker on. The air is warm, sticky, the way Florida evenings always are. A car is pulled over on the side of the road, engine still running, passenger door wide open. When officers arrive, they see her immediately. Morris Harrison, slumped in the passenger seat, blood soaking through her clothes, head tilted back, eyes half open. She's still breathing. Barely. Paramedics are already on scene. They move fast, lifting her onto a stretcher, checking vitals, shouting medical terms no one else understands. And nearby, pacing back and forth on the sidewalk, is Shanoyd White Jr. His hands are shaking. His voice is loud, but the words don't make sense. Officers approach him carefully. "Sir, what happened here?" He doesn't answer the question. Instead, he starts talking about something else, something unrelated. His breathing is rapid. His eyes are darting everywhere except toward the car. One officer notices his hands. There's residue, dark smudges. "Sir, I need you to stay right here." Shanoyd stops pacing, looks at the officer, says nothing. Meanwhile, paramedics are loading Maurice into the ambulance. Sirens wail. The ambulance speeds off toward Broward Health Medical Center. It's a 10-minute drive. Maurice doesn't make it. At 7:14 p.m., she is pronounced dead. 21 years old, a rising star with a smile that made strangers feel seen. Gone. But the real story was being recorded the entire time. And no one knew it yet. 3 houses down from where the shooting happened, a Tesla was parked in a driveway. The owner wasn't home, didn't even know what had happened on their street until hours later. But the car knew everything. Tesla vehicles are equipped with external cameras. They record continuously when the car is parked, triggered by motion or impact nearby. This one had been recording. When detectives canvassed the area looking for witnesses, they knocked on every door. Most people hadn't seen anything, heard something maybe, but didn't look outside. Then they got to the house with the Tesla. The owner checked the app, pulled the footage, sent it to investigators. What they saw made the entire room go silent. The footage is clear, time-stamped, no audio, but the visuals tell the whole story. Maurice and Shanoyd are sitting in the car. You can see them through the windshield, talking. Then the talking becomes animated, hands moving, heads shaking. Maurice leans back against the passenger door. Her hands go up, palms out, a defensive gesture. Shanoyd's hand moves aggressively, pointing, jabbing the air. Then he opens the driver's side door, steps out. The camera captures him walking around the front of the car. Slow, deliberate. In his right hand, he's holding something. Dark, metallic, unmistakable. He reaches Maurice's side of the car. The passenger door is still closed. She leans forward, tries to push the door open from the inside. It looks like she's trying to get out, trying to escape. But before she can, the door opens from the outside. A hand reaches in, grabs her, pulls her back. And then, in a split second that investigators would replay hundreds of times, the shot. The footage doesn't show what happens inside the car. The angle doesn't capture it. But it shows Shanoyd stepping back, standing there, looking down at something, then pacing, then pulling out his phone. The footage didn't just show what happened, it showed intent. Near the vehicle, investigators find a firearm, a semi-automatic handgun, registered to no one. Ballistics later confirm it's the murder weapon. Shanoyd is arrested on scene. No chase, no resistance. He's charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. And as the handcuffs click shut, one detective looks at another and says, her whole life was online, and no one saw this coming. But that wasn't entirely true, because some people did see it. They just didn't know what they were looking at. The news breaks on TikTok before it breaks anywhere else. A mutual friend posts a video. Black screen, white text. Rest in peace, Girlalala, taken from us too soon. Within minutes, the comments explode. Wait, what happened? Is this real? Please tell me this is a joke. It's not a joke. Her last video is still up, posted 6 hours before she died. A wig installed tutorial. Her voice is cheerful. Her smile is wide. The comments from earlier in the day are still there. Love this wig queen. Where'd you get that lipstick? You always brighten my day. And now, new comments flood in. I can't believe this. She was so young. This doesn't feel real. Her follower count starts climbing. It always does when someone dies. People who never watched her before suddenly want to know who she was. Within 24 hours, her name is trending across TikTok, Instagram, and X. Fans start going back through her old posts, scrolling through months of videos, looking for clues, looking for signs, and they find them. A video from October. She's doing her makeup, but halfway through, she stops, stares at the camera. Her eyes look glassy. The makeup around them is smudged. The caption reads, "Sometimes you're fighting battles no one sees." The comments on that video from back then were mostly supportive but casual. "We love you. Stay strong, sis." Now, those same comments feel haunting. Another video from September. She's laughing, but the laugh sounds forced. Someone in the comments had written, "You don't seem like yourself lately." Everything okay? Maurice had hearted the comment, but never replied. One by one, her followers start piecing together a story that was unfolding in real time, and they realize they were watching someone cry for help. They just didn't hear it. LGBTQ plus creators across the platform start speaking out. This is why we need to talk about intimate partner violence in our community. Trans women are dying at alarming rates, and no one is listening. Girlalala deserved better. We all do. The comment sections turn into digital memorials, candle emojis, heart emojis, prayers, poems. Her last video reaches over 2 million views in 48 hours. But Maurice will never see those numbers, and that's the cruelest part of all. But this is where the story gets more complicated, because as the tributes poured in, so did the questions. How did no one know? How did this happen in plain sight? And more importantly, could it have been stopped? 3 days after Maurice's death, her best friend sits down for an interview with local news. Her hands are shaking. Her voice cracks multiple times. She tried to leave, the friend says. 2 months ago. She told me she was scared. The reporter asks, scared of what? Of him. Of what he might do if she left. The friend wipes her eyes. Continues. I told her to call the police, to get a restraining order, to stay with me until she figured it out. But she said it was complicated, that I didn't understand. She pauses. And I didn't push. I thought she'd figure it out. I thought she'd leave when she was ready. Another friend comes forward with a similar story. She'd seen bruises on Maurice's arms a few months back, asked about them. Maurice said she fell, laughed it off, changed the subject. The friend didn't ask again. DMs start surfacing, screenshots from followers who had reached out to Maurice weeks before her death. Are you okay? You don't seem like yourself lately. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. This might be overstepping, but are you safe? Maurice had seen the messages. Some of them were marked as read, but she never responded. And then, the most chilling piece of evidence surfaces. A deleted Instagram story from a week before her death. It was only up for 11 minutes. Most people missed it, but someone had screenshotted it. Black screen, white text. Not everyone who loves you knows how to love you safely. That was it. No explanation, no follow-up. It disappeared almost as quickly as it appeared. But now, looking back, it reads like a goodbye. The question haunting everyone who knew her is this: how do you save someone who's not ready to be saved? How do you help someone who's convinced they can fix it on their own? Maurice was strong, confident, independent. She built an empire from a bedroom with nothing but a ring light and a dream. She made thousands of people feel beautiful. But when it came to asking for help, she couldn't do it. And that silence cost her everything. Within hours of the news spreading, someone starts a GoFundMe for Maurice's funeral expenses. The goal is $15,000. It's reached in 6 hours. By the end of the first day, it's at $30,000. Donations pour in from all over the country. From people who never met her, never spoke to her, but felt like they knew her. The messages attached to the donations are heartbreaking. She made me feel seen when no one else did. She helped me through my transition. I wouldn't be here without her. She taught me that it's okay to be myself. Strangers grieving someone they only knew through a screen. But the grief is real. Maurice's family releases a statement. Maurice was light, pure, unfiltered light, and that light was stolen from us by someone who should have protected it. We are devastated, heartbroken, and we will never be the same. Vigils are held across South Florida. In Pompano Beach, hundreds of people gather in a park. They bring candles, flowers, photos of Maurice smiling. Some people wear wigs in her honor. One person holds a sign that reads, "Her name was Girlalala, and she mattered." The LGBTQ+ community shows up in force, chanting her name, demanding justice, demanding change, because Maurice wasn't the first, and unless something changes, she won't be the last. The world mourned. But the legal system still had work to do. Shanoyd White Jr. sits in Broward County Jail. No bail, no visitors outside of his attorney. He's been charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. If convicted, he faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. His defense team has remained mostly silent. No public statements, no interviews. But prosecutors? They're building a case that feels almost impossible to defend against. They have the Tesla footage, frame-by-frame evidence of what happened. They have witness statements from neighbors who heard the arguments. They have forensic evidence tying him to the weapon. They have Maurice's own words, the captions, the deleted story, the messages she sent to friends. This isn't a case built on circumstantial evidence. This is a case built on documentation. But trials take time, months, sometimes years. And for Maurice's family, for her friends, for the 235,000 people who followed her journey, justice feels agonizingly slow. Maurice's final post is still up. A wig review, bright smile. Caption, "Stay confident, stay you." The comments have turned into a memorial. Thousands of messages, all saying the same thing. "We miss you. You deserved better. We won't forget you." The irony is crushing. Maurice spent her life teaching people to be confident, to love themselves, to show up authentically in a world that constantly demanded they shrink. But when it came to her own safety, her own life, she stayed silent. And now, the world is left asking, how many more warnings do we need to see before we act? How many more captions have to go unnoticed? How many more deleted stories have to disappear before someone intervenes? Maurice's story isn't just about one woman and one tragedy. It's about the thousands of people suffering in silence behind carefully curated feeds. It's about the epidemic of intimate partner violence in the LGBTQ+ community that no one talks about enough. It's about the gap between the person we see online and the person fighting battles we'll never see. So now I want to hear from you. How do we protect creators who build their lives online but suffer in silence offline? How many more warnings do we need to see before we act? And when someone shows you who they really are, do we believe them the first time? Maurice Girlalala Harrison, 2004 to 2025. Her light will not be forgotten.